Hey guys, it's Melissa Marro with Vintage Redesign. Have you missed me? I think I've been gone about a month from YouTube. I've done some shorts, but I haven't really done any long form content. So today I have 6 fun, easy projects using Redesign with Prima, and of course, my favorite paint projects. I hope you'll enjoy. Be sure to stay tuned for the very end when I am gonna give you about a minute and 15 seconds of some highlights of a cruise that John, Sue, and I just got back from. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I use the Redesign with Prima's classic vintage labels. All of these projects today will have one of these labels in here. You get so many that it can make so many projects, making this one of the most affordable and profitable if you resell your projects, transfers that you can purchase. And I love these. I go through so many tubes of these a year. They're super easy to use. In this case, I had this little riser that hadn't sold, probably because it's just sitting in my factory. And all I did was add a transfer, and then use some DIY's liquid patina on top to give it a whole new look. And I'm not, instead of reducing the price because it hasn't sold, I am just giving it a little bit of extra oomph. And I think that will make all the difference in the world. Project number 2 is going to be something similar. I thrifted this little jug and it hasn't sold, so I'm going to add a cute little transfer to the side of it. It is white enamelware. I usually have it displayed in my booth with flowers in it, but it's been sitting there for a few months and it's time to just make it a little bit nicer. This time I am not going to put a liquid patina over it. You could spray, but I really like the finish the way it is. And this is labeled for decorative purposes only, so I'm not going to add a top coat when I'm done. The thing here, working on a rounded surface, you just have to go very slow and very carefully. But I think it comes out really charming, and a simple transfer adds so much. So this will go back in my booth next week, and I bet it sells much more quickly. And I'm not even going to drop the price. And here's a quick reminder that you can follow us on all social media at Vintage Redesign, and we have a community in Facebook called Creating the Hive or CreativeCon Vintage Bee. And I have just started this month a new coaching group. Membership is only $20 a month. There's lots of discounts. Links are in the description below. Let's get back to crafting. For the next 2 projects, I wanted to use some of Dixie Belle's French linen. And as you can see, it is really solid. I am not good about closing these lids. And as a result, because this happens to all of my paints, it's user problem, not the paints. It is nice that they reconstitute with water, but I'm putting everything in glass mason jars this year, and I'm hopeful that will solve the issue. If nothing else, it will make it easier for me to add water and mix up and reclose it. So these are thrifted silver pieces. I have 2 of them, the next 2 here. I'm simply painting them with the French linen and then adding a transfer on the first one. I am not going to distress the second one quite as much, but I love how this came out. Let me know what you think about these in the comments below. Do you like the choice of color on this, or do you think it should be white? So on this makeover, I am actually going to use the Divine Floral mold, and I'm using some fast cast resin. Resin people get very intimidated by. It's so easy. It's simply mixing equal parts A and B. It starts off cloudy, you mix it up. When it becomes clear, and you can kind of see it's getting clear, when it becomes clear, then you just pour it in. And today I'm actually pouring this really sloppy into the mold. You can see I've over poured, and I did it this way because I wanted to show you that even if you are not neat and careful, these come out wonderfully. They're very easy to peel back, and you can see it takes about 15 minutes for it to cure. Once it's fully white, you just pull it out. I love watching it actually turn from clear to white. And you can tell it'll be ready because it won't be hot anymore. This is a chemical reaction that happens, and they get warm, the mold actually gets warm. So I had this very bland silver tray, and it just wasn't interesting. And while a transfer would have helped, I really thought that adding these molds would help more. And you can see you can pick them off with your fingertips, or if you can't with your fingertips, then you just simply use a little pair of scissors or nips. And then I'm using some E6000 to add to the sides. you'll see how much depth and dimension this adds. But this didn't have anything pretty for me to distress back, so I wanted to add something nice. And here, the transfer in the middle. And I like that this is basically taking up that full center area. And because this transfer is white, I don't want to distress it back. I just distress some of the silver areas back, but on the mold area, what I chose to do is actually add some white wax. I love DIY paints. White wax, it's very soft and creamy and all natural, no bad scents, easy to work with, very soft and nice. So I'm just gonna put white wax over this whole thing, and then I am going to wipe it back, leaving lots of nice white wax in those details so it really pulls it off. I'm using DIY's golden rule to add a little bit more zhuzh on this and have it feel very French, which is perfect with Valentine's Day coming up. I think this makes the perfect little key catcher or something that you could leave by your front door or your bedside table to, you know, just kind of hold all those little trinkets that end up stacking up around there that you need to corral so they don't get too messy looking. I really like this. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you like the mold on there? Have you ever tried using the fast resin in the molds? If not, why? This next project is actually for my bathroom. I want a little silver tray. I can add a beautiful decanter that I just picked up that I'm gonna fill full of mouthwash. And so I wanna put little cups and the decanter on top of this. Of course, a bumblebee is perfect for me. And because I know this is going to need to get wiped down regularly, I am going to use some spray finish on it. And it's gonna take it from shiny silver to more of a matte finish. And that's okay by me. I did 3 coats actually when I finished this off. And you'll see, here's the decanter I brought. I really love it. Gonna fill that with my mouthwash. And then it just kind of has more of a matte finish, which honestly, I like better for me. So yes, you can still make this functional and make it so you can wipe it off. I love a little bit of mother of pearl finish on this piece too. Let me know what you think about the idea. And I'm very excited to say that CreativeCon will be happening again here in Jacksonville in July. That will be July 7th through 9th. More details will be coming very soon. And so this Enamelware tote I've had in my collection for at least a year, meaning to paint it and add transfers and never got around to it. So I'm finally doing that. I have chosen DIY Apothecary. I think it's the perfect spring color. And I'm adding some DIY liquid patina. And you see it pulled off a little bit of that coat. And that's okay because I'm going to distress it all down. Then I'm going to use this Seed Growers and Merchants label, which I think is perfect for this bucket. These are quick and easy projects, and these vintage labels have so much impact on really pulling it and making it feel, have that vintage vibe, but also that style that is very popular right now, particularly in the cottagecore and gardening crowd. Now I have to decide if I want to take it to my booth or if I want to save it for market, because this is a really beautiful piece, particularly with these florals that I have tucked in there, which are also for sale on our website at vintagebedesign.com. Here's another little piece I've had sitting around for a while. I think I have 2 or 3 of them left. We bought them a while back, and honestly, they have been to market once or twice, but honestly, otherwise, they've just been sitting in our warehouse, not really doing anything. So I thought that I would go ahead and freshen it up a little, add some apothecary at the base, and then a transfer on top. And I think that's all it needs. And believe it or not, I think this adds a huge impact, and I think it's much more likely to sell. Sometimes things can be so neutral that they're just boring to people. Yeah, all white works for everybody, but at the same time, it's not interesting. So that was 7 quick and easy projects using the same tube of transfers. And the best thing is I still have more than, I haven't even touched half of this tube yet. So I have a lot more projects that I can do, which makes this so affordable and such great pieces for my booth. Or market is coming up and we have some spring events happening. And so you'll be seeing more of these. I love these transfers, and I hope you do too. Let me know your comments below, which was your favorite project.
It's a little nippy in Florida today.
It is. We're getting ready to leave.
Get a pie.
Okay, so we're out at South Beach, and those are the floating cabanas. And then they've got floating bars. Those little rounds are pads that you can float in. Lots and lots of lounge chairs everywhere. Lifeguard on duty.
I know sorrow, I know pain. Let them have me if I'm ready.
Say goodbye to Coco K.